He was only 14, but he mowed lawns like his family's life depended on it, because it did. While other kids played Fortnite or fought over who got shotgun, Miguel was bent over a motel nightstand, counting wrinkled bills. His hands still smelled like gasoline. Each dollar brought him closer to rent, to survival, to saving his mother from breaking again. And just when things couldn't get worse, his mom was fired, humiliated, trying to be a good mother. The room stayed silent. Not even Miguel spoke. But in the far corner, a stranger watched. What he did next left an entire city stunned. The mower was older than Miguel. The starter cord frayed, one wheel bent sideways. But it worked, sort of. He tightened his grip and kept pushing. Inside room 217, Rosa folded napkins into a plastic bag. Her uniform still smelled like burnt toast and bleach. She was on shift number 2 that week, and it was only Monday. 3 more lawns, Miguel muttered. That's $15 closer. They were still $186 short. Mateo had already asked if they were going to sleep in the car again. Isabella had started calling the motel our house. Miguel didn't correct either of them. He was tired, always tired. But this wasn't about tired. This was about keeping his family together. Rosa hadn't always lived like this. She grew up in Wichita, top of her class. Full ride to community college. She fell in love at 19, married by 21, had Miguel at 22. And then everything changed. Her husband, Carlos, was laid off, started drinking, started shouting, started disappearing for days. The last time Rosa saw him, he was holding a suitcase and mumbling about going to California to figure things out. He never came back. She sold her wedding ring to pay for baby formula, started waitressing, then cleaning motels, and eventually ended up in Kansas City with nothing but her kids, a car that barely ran, and a promise. They'll never sleep on the street, not while I'm breathing. But some nights, she wasn't so sure she could keep that promise. The diner was packed. Rosa was working double, her feet swollen, her stomach empty. The manager, Dave, walked up with a smirk, the kind that said, "I've made up my mind." "You're late," he said, loud enough for the entire room. "My daughter, she had a fever," Rosa said softly. "Everyone's got excuses." He leaned closer, cruel grin. "You're done." She froze, tray still in hand, coffee sloshing over the edge. Miguel walked in seconds later. He had his envelope ready, the money he had made that morning. But what he saw made his stomach drop. Rosa stood like a statue, eyes glassy, her smile gone. She saw Miguel, tried to smile, but the cracks were too deep this time. In the corner of the diner, a man sat with his hood pulled low. He watched the whole thing, the dismissal, the silence, the way no one stood up. He left a $100 tip, then slipped out the back. Later that day, Miguel was pushing his mower past the gas station where the SUV pulled up. "You mow lawns?" the driver asked. Miguel nodded, hesitant. $5 front, 10 for the back." The man stepped out. He wasn't big, but he moved like someone who was used to attention. He wore gym shorts, a hoodie, and expensive shoes. "You always work this hard?" "Yeah," Miguel answered. "Gotta help my mom." "What about school?" "I go, but I don't always stay." "Why not?" Miguel shrugged, looked away. "It's hard to focus when you're hungry." The man didn't say anything at first, just nodded. "What's your name?" "Miguel." "I'm Puka," the man said. "Nice to meet you." That night, Puka Nakura couldn't sleep. He remembered what it felt like. Late nights with empty fridges, moms crying when they thought you were asleep, faking smiles at school so no one asked questions. He didn't want to just give this kid money. He wanted to understand him. He made a call to the school office. He told them that he was a mentor, asked about Miguel's grades, his attendance, his family. What he heard broke him. "Smart kid," the school counselor said, "but he's always tired. Never asks for help, never causes trouble, just kind of disappears." That's when Puka decided, this isn't charity, it's justice. Friday, 5:01 p.m. Miguel stared at the motel door like it was a judge. A knock. The manager, envelope in hand. "Someone paid it all," he said. Miguel blanked. Rosa took the envelope with trembling hands. Then, the engine. The SUV again. Puka stepped out. "You never asked for help," he said, "but I saw how hard you work and how much you carry." Miguel didn't know what to say. Puka tossed him a set of keys. "Come with me." They drove past fast food joints, shuttered windows, and corner stores, until the streets got quiet, clean, bright. They pulled into a house, 2 bedrooms, a front yard, a porch. Inside, a fridge that hummed, a couch that didn't sink, a bathroom door that locked. "You earned this," Puka said. "All I did was open the door." Rosa stepped into the kitchen and covered her mouth. Miguel stood in the living room, shoulders rising and falling. For the first time, he cried. Not out of fear or shame, but because someone finally saw him. Not as a problem, not as a burden, as a hero. Some people say hard work goes unnoticed, but not today. Because when one person sees you, really sees you, everything can change. Because when you lift someone up, they don't just survive, they rise. If this story moved you, share it. Let's remind the world hard work still matters, and kindness still wins.